country aimed to address these challenges, including microfinancing, training, mentorship, and they're appreciated. However, we need to coordinate our work better, to ensure that we maximize the efforts of central and local government, MSME enablers. I've heard Ms. Hassan talking about the network of grassroots organizations that are supporting these MSMEs, business associations, as well as development partners, and of course, the United Nations. We do, you've mentioned UNIDO, who's a strong partner also of UNDP. We are a family of the United Nations, as well as the ILO. And our partner, the Tanzania Private Sector Foundation, also has played a pivotal role in strengthening the resilience of MSMEs, especially during the looking at the impacts of the COVID pandemic. Now, to truly empower the MSME sector, it's important to enhance provision of appropriate financial services with products that meet the needs of this sector, facilitate adoption of digital solutions and e-commerce, business linkages, access to markets, scoping of new business opportunities, and invest in stimulating and equipping them for local production. That is why we are very excited that the Academy, the 100,000 MSME Academy, is not just looking at one or two of these aspects, but it's looking at nurturing the MSMEs, even to access the regional markets. Actually, if we all pool our resources, knowledge, and facilities together, we can even reach more than 3 million businesses. Maybe Ms. Hassan can come back to us and share with us how many we have been able to reach at this point. Now, as UNDP, we have launched a new program we call Funguo, which in Kiswahili means unlocking. This program aims to unlock financing and business opportunities for innovative MSME impact ventures, and also which we hope will strengthen both the innovation ecosystem, but will contribute to strengthening this MSME sector. We are also strengthening capacities of MSMEs to access markets in the Africa region in accordance with the SCFTA. And this is in partnership with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, with the European Union, the United Kingdom, FCDO, and other partners, all contributing to this. We have also partnered with the Tanzania Horticulture Association in linking smallholder horticulture farmers to external markets in the Gulf and Europe. Other interventions in tourism, recovery, investment and trade, facilitation, especially for women and youth, are also underway. So while these initiatives have impact on the target groups, there is yet much to be done. Moving forward, we need to leverage the AUDA-NEPAD initiative, the work of UNDP and its government and private sector partners, and all of us here to strengthen and empower the MSME as an ecosystem and address challenges related to the enabling business environment, strengthen their resilience, adaptation to new technologies, and especially more MSME-friendly financial and business development services. We remain, as UNDP, committed to the partnership with the government and with others to address these issues at the policy level, but also on the ground. And for this launch of the program in Tanzania, we hope to work with all of you in implementing the action points that will emerge from this session, and in also domesticating the principles of the NEPAD programs here in Tanzania. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for listening to us and for being dedicated to this important cause. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Musisi, for a very interesting intervention. What I picked up is there's a lot of overlap between the efforts, and I really want us to heed the call of Honorable Musisi of having an ecosystem approach to solving the challenges, because there are many partners working on the same issues, and hopefully at the end of next year, we can do another study and impact even more than 3 million MSMEs. So thank you very much, Madam Musisi, for your intervention. And I will move swiftly to the third speaker. But before I move, I would like to acknowledge the partners that are working together to launch this. UNDP, of course, the government of Tanzania, AUDA-NEPAD, as well as UNDP, AUDA-NEPAD, sorry. I'd like to acknowledge the partners of this program, EcoBank, Tanzania, UNDP, as well as AUDA-NEPAD. Now, kindly write your questions. We'll have a question and answer session, and we'll have the panelists back to answer your questions. So don't hesitate to write your questions. Now, to address us about access to financing, I would like to welcome Mr. Juma Hamisi, who is the head of SMEs at EcoBank Tanzania. Over to you, Mr. Hamisi.
Thank you very much, Rodrigue. Good afternoon, colleagues. I think you can all hear me. So from EcoBank, looking at the MSME traditionally, if we look at it, the kind of businesses that are facing difficulties in obtaining formal credit or equity. As a consequence, most of them finance their activities using own funds, loans from friends and families, money lenders, relatives, rotating savings and credit groups. The amount of capital that is raised from these methods is limited and insufficient to sustainably finance growing MSMEs. Due to lack of finance, most of them, the banks and other financial institutions, are trying to launch a number of initiatives to provide them with better financial products that are tailored for their needs. And these mostly, if you look at currently, the banks are trying, these kind of initiatives are, I can mention a few, like clubs. These clubs are like you say, the MSME club, a few banks that have embarked into that, including EcoBank. The MSME clubs are meant to get these business people together, exchange ideas, get into different workshops so that they can sell their products, but so that they can also agree on some ideas and share some the qualities of things that they are similar. The record keeping, because if you can agree with them, they are characterized by lack of historical data. Their banking is not so well structured to the extent that some banks would not go into financing them, thinking that this is the most riskier group in financing. They would like to go for the structured businesses, the likes of corporate and the bigger businesses, but they leave this one. Despite that, there's also another thing that another initiative is that the banks have, for example, EcoBank last year launched an e-commerce solution targeting the MSMEs. This is the new platform that helps these businesses across Africa to gain easy access to their online market, to display their goods, their products and services while receiving payment effectively. So these solutions have bridged a bit of a gap that was there traditionally for the MSMEs. Looking at that, I go directly to EcoBank, as in how EcoBank has positioned itself into bridging the gap that is the capital gap that is there for the MSMEs. This one is there are a range of products that EcoBank have initiated that they give room for MSMEs to get access to credits. One of it is our robust platform of a digital platform that helps them access information. The banking makes the banking easier for them, so that when it comes to accessing credit facilities, they have records. Remember, we said that these businesses are characterized by they lack records, data, historical data. But when you have the digital platform, that means every penny that is coming from business, you can bank it, knowing that you can access it anywhere you are. So this helps them create history with banking. So the history with banking tells about their business. So that's one of the things that EcoBank has done to make sure that the MSMEs are accessing the credit facilities easily. In another platform that is, like I said, the e-commerce platform, where the MSMEs can display their products on the Google web, so every other MSME will see the products of the other one and see that instead of me hustling to get products from from far, I have this one here who can sell to me, and these ones are connected through the bank, through EcoBank. So EcoBank is a link between the business owners by introducing the e-commerce that they sell their products electronically. Financial supply chain is very easy when we talk of our internet banking, but when we talk also of the e-commerce, so it's easy for them to sell and buy, but to transfer funds from the SME. If he was facing historical data and financial data, and it's very risky. But if you consider it, 95% of the businesses in Tanzania is contributed by MSME. So if that is the case, then this is the area where banks are very, very much looking at it. If you look back, the banks that were doing corporate only looked at the decided that there's this group retail, which is MSMEs, because It is a risky area, but it is an area of growth where the economy is dependent on. So while the bank is also, banks are also recognized the MSME as the drivers of this post-economic recovery or post-COVID-19 economic recovery for Tanzania. Additional funding to support these businesses is very important to generate income to grow the businesses so that we can grow they can grow the economy can be grown. So EcoBank as an MSME friendly bank, we have been helping them with the capacity building, providing simple and easy access to loans in various sectors, including the manufacturing, agricultural, creativity, healthcare, and general commerce and services. Having said that, I thank you all very much for listening to me. So if any questions, I'll be here to take questions. Thank you, Rodrigo.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Hamisi, for your intervention. Obviously, very interesting for the SMEs listening. What I took from your presentation is the clubs that you have in the bank for SMEs, where you help them to get together, exchange ideas, but you also upskill them. So we hope we are going to be able to leverage that knowledge, but also that network as we launch this 100,000 MSMEs initiative, so that we can have among these 3 million plus MSMEs in Tanzania cross to other countries and sell their products there. Now, it will be interesting to hear from an entrepreneur who is working in Tanzania and meeting the challenges, but has a success story to tell us. And I would like to invite Madam Mary David, who is going to share with us lessons she's learned from the Kuku project. She's the CEO. Welcome, Madam Mary David. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Rodrigo. And I'm here today to the AUDA-NEPAD launching webinar. I really appreciate for this opportunity. First of all, I'll start by introducing my company, Kuku Project Tanzania Limited. Here, I will stand or refer as KPTL. It is a cooperated registered company under the law of Tanzania, where we are dealing with farming management and consultation, chicks production of layers, broiler, and also we are dealing with the modern poultry equipment supplies to small size farmers, especially to the local community, based on the women and youth in Tanzania and the border country. KPTL has been in poultry industry for about 80 years, regardless of some challenges that the company has been passing through. The company becomes successful in poultry industry by reaching SMEs through physical and online digital marketing. This is a big step that KPTL is proud of. The company is based in Dar es Salaam, where the head office is in Gitonyama, and also we have farms and factory in Bagamoyo and Chanika, and we also have some depots in Mbeya and Mwanza. Also, KPTL have been able to reach some neighboring countries like Rwanda, Uganda, Congo, and Komoro. KPTL focused to achieve its vision and mission much as it can depend from the extra donors to finance in the business. Now, I'm going to talk of the digitalization of MSE's product and services. The process of digitalization of the product and services by micro and small and medium enterprises is not new and has never been new in Tanzania and Africa in large, as it should not be associated with COVID-19. However, the following of the outbreak of this global pandemic of COVID-19, it's now the time for majority of SMEs to think it positively and act immediately with the digitalization of their product and services. Much much as a health concern, but to me, I consider that the outbreak of pandemic is an opportunity to create SMEs through digitalization of the business. Most of SMEs are thinking they have their mindset blueprint. Normally, they think that the air blueprint is not what considered digitalization is not about the capital. Come on. The imaginary that most people, especially entrepreneurs, create in their mind is far beyond to imagine. It's not like that. You don't need to have a capital, as always been the case, to start digitalization. Even your smartphone is necessary tool to digitalize your products and services. You just need a bundle of 1,000 Tanzania shillings to join online training, which can be easily accessed through the number of platforms. This platform will enhance your mindset through capacity building programs. For example, there is a Udemy, is one of most of them, the online training platform. For the entrepreneur who fails to own the smartphone so that he can digitalize his or her business, is a clear indicator that his business will never take off. We must live in the world of digitalization. If you are not ready, you are now forced to choose. Therefore, the capital mindset is not done wastage of time. You can now start to digitalize a number of online services. For example, you can own your WhatsApp status to post your product and services that your enterprises offer to the community. Other sites include Twitter account, Instagram account, Facebook, and YouTube, which are all for free. Another point, as an enterprise, you should know who you are dealing with. Here I mean a proper team. Personnel in building up a business is critical. You must choose your team carefully. Who you are working with and you are associating with in your business is very important. It takes you to hire expertise. Please do it. Build a digital business by sometimes require account management and expertise. In digitalization, the product and services simplifies access to business, delivering mechanism and the access to training for capacity building and easy work. Have a smart team who can move forward with you. Transforming the business from analog to digital. It won't change physical product if you change from analog to business to digital. You will keep selling the product through, but it is different way. Following these changes, now majority of customers shop online. You can establish your online shopping, visit blogs and platforms and portals that are selling products online. If you can't create yours, you can use other online shopping platforms and portal to signing the contract and agree on the profit making and how will you pay with the platform. In signing the contract, you must get a lawyer on this to help you and to guide you to secure your rights in time when the owner of the platform breach any terms in the contract. And now I'm going to talk on how Capital takes off through digitalization. We invested on online training by attending various seminars and training. We invested our time, not money, on reading and browsing the internet to look about how digitalization helps to access to the market. We found it simpler and easier to sell our products and service through digitalization than selling in physical. It is requiring trust because some of the customer pay after delivery of the product. You should keep persistence in this as an entrepreneur. And also, I'm going to talk on digitalization in financing. Financing is very critical as well. We take it very serious because business need financing to grow. The most challenging have always remaining to the lack of critical to obtaining the loan from financial institutions. Issues like collateral have remained to be the most criteria which majority of MSMEs lack. As we are moving through the world of digitalization, I take this opportunity to encourage or pose a challenge to financial institutions like one on this seminar, EcoBank, to check the easiest method to finance the SMEs business through digitalization. It is not need an entrepreneur to move all the way from physical to access the bank, which is located in the city center. You must approve the loan application online by creating a friendly portal that businessmen from market districts, for example, can access. You must access all of the criteria online, says collateral by requiring certificate of ownership or attachment. I believe it is possible. Just look on how you can do it. I'm talking of the banks and financial institutions. And here I'm going to finish my remarks. As I take my chair back, I, on behalf of KPTL, would like to thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to participate fully as one among the panelists in this special program of AUDA-NEPAD SMEs webinar. And really appreciate this chance, and I think KPTL will utilize it to the fullest. We take this opportunity once again to welcome all stakeholders, that to say government, financial institutions, organization, donor to come forward and to look at our business and where necessary provide us and requested support. We KPTL are digitalizing our business and always our customer, our business. Thank you very much for listening. It's me, Mary David Kinongo, KPTL Director.
Thank you very much, Mary, for your address and giving us some nuggets about doing business. And what fascinated me is how easy you make it seem to digitize. For example, you shared with us that micro enterprise could start by just posting on their WhatsApp status the products they have. It doesn't cost money, and you can access more people to see your product and hopefully buy the product. Also making use of Instagram and the like, and really sharing with us how you went about it by investing not money, but time, as well as attending a lot of seminars and reading books to be able to upskill yourself. Now, some of the issues that you've brought up really go well with today's theme, because you talked about getting a good lawyer for you to be able to sign contracts, or making sure you hire the right expertise and the right people to be able to run your business. And I think these aspects of skills is what the MSME 100,000 initiative aims to answer by launching the academy. So thank you very much, Mary David, for your remarks. And I noted down one comment that our colleague from EcoBank probably is going to respond to. There is collateral that is needed, and some of the MSMEs lack collateral, but the process of getting approvals with banks is not fully digitized or is not user-friendly. And you made suggestions where some of the documents could be uploaded online just to save time. Now, we have some questions that have come in. I'll go to the first one. My name is Joyce Kimaro from GIZ, EAC program based in Arusha. We also support SMEs to improve cross-border trade in the East African community through financial and technical support to small-scale regional integration projects proposed and implemented by private sector. We also support private sector enterprise through financial and technical support. Now, her question is, how can we join the MSMEs of EcoBank? I'll let our colleague Hamisi answer that, and I'll also want Honorable Fatin Hassan probably to say something about it. Over to you, Hamisi. Sorry, Mr. Juma Hamisi. Seems like he's not online. I would like Madam Fatih Nzi Hassan to speak a little bit about how can they be part of the MSME, not with EcoBank, but with the academy. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Rodrigue. And thank you for the question. Thank you to the participants who asked the question. This provides me with the opportunity to say that GIZ is actually a long-lasting partner of AUDA-NEPAD. We've been working with GIZ for many years now in the area of supporting one specific category of MSMEs, which are the smallholder farmers. And we are now currently still working with them and looking at how we can mutualize better and rationalize and streamline better the work that is done with GIZ and what we're doing on the 100,000 MSMEs. So it's a touch point that has been identified. Actually, we are here with, I guess, Caroline from AUDA-NEPAD, which is the lead of this project. And we believe that within the next couple of quarters, we will have actual tools and services for MSMEs developed with GIZ on the MSME, the 100,000 MSME platform. So I think that we're already working together, and hopefully this person from EAC, GIZ EAC, will also be in touch with us to help us disseminate better those tools for the micro enterprises, specifically along the strategic agricultural value chains. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Fatih Nzi Hassan, for responding very well to the question. And I guess today is the launch, but a lot is yet to come. So watch out, watch this space for all the MSMEs listening to this conversation, and for potential partners, especially traditional partners of NEPAD, AUDA-NEPAD. Yeah. Just a second. I would like to ask this question from one of the viewers. His name is Ali Nyamhoza, and his question is directed to EcoBank. For finance access, so for loans, one needs to put collateral. That is a problem, and the process takes, and eventually you fail due to lack of finance, I guess. How can the bank or any financial institution help to access the loan with less criteria? So especially the youth who are unemployed. And I guess here he would like EcoBank to speak more about how the digitization process could be accessed by potential unemployed people or starting businesses that would like to get financial assistance. Mr. Juma Hamisi? As we wait for Mr. Juma Hamisi to come through, I'd like to unmute Barbara. The technical team, please kindly unmute Barbara Obino for her to contribute to the session.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me, Rodriguez?
I can hear you.
Sorry,
Welcome.
my name is Godfrey Nyamrunda, and actually I was connected in by Barbara, so that's why it reads Barbara. But my name is Godfrey Nyamrunda, and I work for UNDP here in Tanzania. I just wanted to jump into the conversation and just to contribute to 2 points. One of the issue I'm really looking forward to hear from AUDA-NEPAD is on how do we now approach the issue of formalization of MSMEs actually throughout the continent. I think that this is a big issue for many countries, including Tanzania, because of many reasons. One being that most or many MSMEs are scared of graduating in some areas because they think that as soon as you graduate, you become exposed to higher taxes. And therefore, instead of growing vertically, they remain growing horizontally. If I have got a shop, I'll open another shop, etc. And so I think because of escaping to be exposed to issues of taxes, etc., they decided to remain to remain that way. But also, the big sharks, big companies, they continue to use these MSMEs, and therefore they remain that way. So I'm really looking forward to see how NEPAD is also trying to tackle the issue of formalization, because through that, I think it will be easier to support the MSMEs to have access to finance, but as well as to markets, not just markets in their local market, but also international. You cannot access international markets unless you are somehow formalized. So that is one area I am looking forward to see how NEPAD is also trying to intervene in that area. Another point was explained in detail by Christine, is on that of somehow MSMEs in our countries, they are more or less inward looking. You know, they don't consider the markets and opportunities which are presented just in the next doors, in the neighboring countries. So my interest here really is to see from how this academy is now will try to expose most of these MSMEs to external markets, but also on how it will try to work with governments to unlock and enforce an enabling environment that supports MSMEs to go beyond their borders. Finally, there was a good point from Mary David on digitalization. I also would like to see how AUDA-NEPAD also is positioning itself to support MSMEs to localize these emerging digital tools, given that majority of the market they serve are the population which lives in the rural areas, and somehow they don't have access to digital tools, etc. So, but there is a way we can find so that we link the MSME, but the market they serve. So I thought I should also highlight those 3 areas. I'm really looking forward to see how NEPAD is positioning itself to answer those areas. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your question and summary. And I will just let Madam Hassan to say something because the question was asked to her. Over to you, Madam Hassan.
Thank you very much, Rodrigue. So the questions I noted, the first one on the formalization, this is a very, very good point that Godfrey is raising. When it comes to AUDA-NEPAD's role, one shall remember that AUDA-NEPAD is a technical body, actually the development agency of the African Union. So we serve the African Union member states. And within our mandates, we have this role of advisory, and specifically evidence-based technical advisory. So what we can do is really to provide advisory that is based on what we can gather in terms of evidence. When it comes specifically to the formalization of enterprises, they are not all micro. Some of them are even small enterprises or even medium, but they are not formalized. What can we do? We cannot advise the member states to issue a decree saying that enterprises have to formalize. The thing is that if an enterprise or entrepreneur sees the advantage of formalizing, they will. You won't even have to tell them. So now our role is really about making sure that whatever has been tested in some parts of the continent is captured, is also packaged in terms of knowledge and also disseminated to other countries when it comes to how do we incentivize entrepreneurs to formalize their businesses. This is within our mandate. But at the end of the day, this is really the responsibility, and it's also the prerogative of each member state to decide on what is the policy in place that may be or may not be conducive to formalizing enterprises. When it comes to external markets, yes, I think this is also very important to make sure that MSMEs are exposed to external markets. I do trust that the African Continental Free Trade Area and all the measures that are put in place will naturally lead more of the MSMEs to explore opportunities outside their countries. We are working hand in hand with the Secretariat of IFCTA, and we believe that through sensitization, through trainings, and also through, again, evidence-based technical advisory to member states, we can contribute to creating an enabling environment that will push MSMEs to explore markets beyond their own national environment. Another dimension of expanding the markets that I would like to bring to the attention of the audience is that there's a lot to do in the public procurement processes. Many entrepreneurs would qualify to apply for public procurement tenders, but they are not aware of where to find the information, what they need in order to be ready to apply, how to even apply, because it's highly technical sometimes. So within the context of 100,000 MSMEs, we will continue supporting MSMEs, but also specifically in the area of public procurement. We will find ways to also make sure that international companies that want to jointly with a national company pursue opportunities in the area of public procurement, that these international companies are able to find the local companies that they can partner with within the context of the platform. Localize the emerging digital tools. This is also something that is very important. We do have some activities and some initiatives that are specifically targeted at the innovation, monitoring the budget expenditures of in innovation of every member state. We are also managing funding opportunities, specifically in the innovation applied to skills development, for example. So this is something that we are highly aware that it's going to be higher and higher in everyone's or in every stakeholder's agenda. It's also something that needs to be put in the context of what is infrastructure that is existing and that is supporting this environment for digital tools to be relevant, easy to access to, and that can make an impact. So our colleagues from another division, which is looking at infrastructure, is also supporting the member states in developing the right infrastructure. Also looking at the legal environment, the policy environment that allows not only for the infrastructure to be here, but for the digital services to actually be accessible by all the population. So I will stop here, and I hope that I have responded to the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Fatih Hassan. I think you've given us even more interesting information for SMEs that are attending. I am really interested to see how that turns out with the public procurement, especially for international companies, if they can access SMEs that are based locally. Now, I would like to pose a question that has been written down by Witness Mbando, and this is directed to Honorable Musisi. Her question is, how have a number of MSMEs already digitized their services, and what are the challenges? And I guess Witness would like you to probably shed more light on the insights you've gotten from the experience of assisting companies to access markets in the EU with the partnership you have with FCDO in the UK. And kindly say something, Madam Honorable Christine Musisi. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have worked with TAHA, the Tanzania Horticulture Association, and the Ministry of Agriculture, indeed to link smallholder farmers to markets in the Gulf and in the EU. However, the digitalization, has been more at an institutional level and much less for the MSMEs themselves, except of course when for access to for transacting digitally and looking for local markets that they have done at that level. Now, as I mentioned, we are just launching the Innovation Ecosystem Strengthening Program. This is the program that is going to focus on strengthening MSMEs' capacities to bring forth solutions, including digitized solutions for social and economic challenges. And it's this innovation program where we believe we will be, working more on strengthening their business systems and their ability to take advantage of digitization as a business instrument. I must say that also we work at the higher systems level with the Ministry of Agriculture and have invested in an e-systems network that connects farmers with markets and experts. So we are just starting that process of digitization, and we look forward. I think the main issues, some of which are basic, is just access to to smartphones. Not everybody has that. It's the data, and whether they can have preferential rates as MSMEs for use of data, or data, sorry, what do you call it? megabytes, whatever you call it, for their transactions. And it is also the know-how, the technical skills. And the easier we help to make that possible for them, the easier they will be able to utilize, the digital, the digital instruments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Musisi, for your response. I'll jump to Mr. Juma Hamisi. We've gotten some questions that are directed to you. One is, how can MSMEs join the EcoBank clubs? And the second one is from Witness Mbando, how digital platforms, how can banks reduce the complexities in the digital platforms in terms of application of loans, disbursement of loans? And the third person is Gracian Nyonkuru, who would like to have a contact with EcoBank. Over to you, Mr. Juma Hamisi.
Thank you very much, Rodrigo. Before I start with the questions that you mentioned here, there's one party that before I had some issues with the network. Miss Mary spoke about security, so I wanted to speak about that a bit. So when banks speak of security, the MSME's customers are directly thinking that the security, it means I have to have a house, I have to have a mortgage to mortgage so that I can have. But for EcoBank have gone further into advising customers and educating them on what security means. And it has gone further into creating some facilities that are more easier to access, even if you don't have a house. So for that, I'll speak of, for example, transactional facilities, the likes of invoice discounting, the LPOs, local purchase orders, discounting. These ones, security doesn't mean it has to be a house. We can also have a tripartite agreement. For invoice discounting, you understand, you know that I have done this kind of job, but I'm going to be paid in 3 months' time. So I need this cash now so that I can attend into another activity, I can attend into another customer, or I can supply to another customer. So the bank will discount that, waiting for the proceeds of that. And the proceeds themselves, they will stand as collateral. So when it is termed security, and for that case, I blame the banks not giving much to the MSMEs about what security means, because now it is in a mindset that if I want a loan from the bank, I have to have a security, and the security is a house. So I would like to tell the audience that this is security doesn't mean it has to be a house. It depends on the structure of the facility and the kind of the facility that you want to. The other times the proceeds from the business themselves can stand as security. So another question was how can MSME join EcoBank? I think that's very easy. We have branches everywhere. We have branches in Dar es Salaam. We have 3 branches. We have 2 branches in our country, but we are also available through our internet portal. We have internet. So, but also my contact, I'll leave my contact here so that anyone who wants to contact EcoBank can contact me directly, and contact of the branches so that they can contact the branches. And for you to be part of the EcoBank, you open the account, then you MSME, there's some few documentations that the normal KYC for you to be part of the SME customer in MSME. So how can a bank reduce the, another question was, how can bank reduce complexities in the processes of approval, for example, loan and what not. Digitization is an investment, so it doesn't go like you say today and today everything is okay. So first of all, MSMEs have started accepting that in this world, especially this COVID-19 situation has brought about the awareness of the importance of digitalization. So banks are also investing very much. I'll talk of EcoBank. EcoBank in Tanzania has the most most reliable digital platform, and to reduce complexities, we're still investing in that. For example, right now we have mobile application, a mobile application from EcoBank. You can access all the services you want. You can open an account with the mobile application where you're sitting. You can request for a card. You can request for statement. You can request. You can put your request for a loan, and then we see it and we process, and then we call you, and then we request for the for documentation and all that, so that we can proceed with the process. So EcoBank has invested very much in that. So a mobile application is very easy to use, even if you're not an EcoBank customer. Just download it. You register yourself, you open an account, you start using your account where you are, you request for a card, express card, and you get the express card, the Visa card, then you still use your account. If you want that account to use to be your business account, so that you can have a checkbook and all that, then you visit the nearest branch. We formalize that account with the KYC documentation, then that account becomes your business account. For the contact, I think I'll mention my contact here. So if a person who asked this question is listening, my mobile number is 0699 0000 36 0699 000036. Email address jhamisi@ecobank.com. So I hope I'll get also a list of the participants, so I can share some bank's product and bank's information with them here. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. I hope I have responded. If there's any more question.
Yes, thank you, Juma. Thank you, Mr. Juma Hamisi, for responding to the questions. Those who have questions, please type in your question, and I will ask the panelists to respond to the questions. Now, there are two questions here directed to AUDA-NEPAD. I guess Madam Fatih Hassan could respond to them. One is, are trainees of Africa, or are trainers Africans only? And what is the process of joining the list of academy trainers? Then the second one, give me a second. My name is Ali Nyamhoza from Nanofilter Arusha. How can we get benefits of training, mentorship, and networks from MSME program that we missed as small entrepreneurs in Tanzania? I guess that question has already been responded to. Madam Fatih Hassan, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rodrigue. Those two questions actually have the same answer. We have created a platform through which I guess all the participants registered to. It's msmeacademy.nepad.org. And within this landing page, we are going to share all the calls for trainers, and also all the opportunities for training, for mentorship, and for even market opportunities and financial opportunities. So the go-to place for MSMEs and for trainers alike is really the landing page, msmeacademy.nepad.org. So stay tuned to this landing page, visit it a couple of times a week, and then you'll be able to see any relevant information created or content created by the team for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to read this from one of the attendees. The main challenge that these SMEs face is lack of harmonized trade rules, regulations, and policies of the EAC partner states to enable them expand their businesses across borders. High cost of doing business, such as communication cost or foreign exchange loss, as well as language barriers. How do we jointly work together to address these challenges, and particularly work on those issues that are both policy and SME specific to strengthen the SMEs in Tanzania and the EAC? I'm happy to have a conversation with UNDP, EcoBank, AUDA-NEPAD, and the attendee is from GIZ. I guess this was already responded to. However, what I would request the panelists is to share a contact person within the institutions so that those attending can get in touch for further information. Just confirming if there are no other questions before I request panelists to give us their closing remarks. Okay. Here's a question from Godfrey. One of the issues banks are complaining is the availability of investor-ready projects which have proper business cases and financial flow projections. How is EcoBank responding to that issue, particularly for micro, small, and medium enterprises? Can banks like EcoBank invest into preparing bankable projects because they also benefit if the business takes off? Would you like to respond to this, Juma, as well as give your final remarks?
Thank you very much, Rodrigo. I think one of the most important things that EcoBank is doing is trying to understand the activities of our customers, the customers are undertaking before they finance the projects or the activities. So for EcoBank, from the scratch, I think we're able to sit down with the customer and understand the project that the customer wants to undertake with the partners that he wants to do the project with, and agree on what the customer should do and what EcoBank will do in financing the project, taking into consideration that all the risks are taken care of, the mitigations of the risk are taken care of, so that neither the bank nor the customer gets into trouble when performing the project. The most important part here is that we make sure that the project is going to benefit the customer. The project is going to be successful. If the project is not going to be successful, that means the customer will lose and the bank as well will lose. And here is where now the bank wants to understand how this project is going to be taken and what are the activities of every part in this one. And if need be, we get even into the level of having tripartite agreement with this other stakeholders who are being part of the project. So with EcoBank, you sit down, you explain your project, and the banks have experience with some of these in terms of financing. So the banks will request all the relevant information so that we can make sure that all the risks are mitigated so that we get into the project. So yes, we sit down with customers and agree on the projects that they're taking, understanding the projects, and then get involved in financing the project. Thank you very much, Rodrigo, with closing remarks. I think I've given out my contact number. I saw another question saying the panelists to share their contacts. I've shared mine, the contact and the email address. For EcoBank, we're saying we're here to provide solutions, and our presence in 33 countries in Africa makes us a very good bank to deal with, because if you are here and you're dealing with a bank in Congo, in DRC, that means we can as well connect you there and you'll do your transactions swiftly without any issue. If you're here and you're dealing with a bank in China, we have a representative office there, so we can connect you and help you have your transactions being done there correctly. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. I welcome all the participants to EcoBank. We have a lot of products that we can share and we can participate together so that the MSME sector grows and the bank also grows together with. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juma. Now I'd like to hand over the session, well, the platform to speak to our entrepreneur who shared with us her experience. And there are two questions. One is, how did she manage to overcome the language barriers and access the Rwandese market as well as the Comoros market? And the last one is, what are your final remarks and advice for MSMEs in Tanzania? Over to you, Mary David.
Thank you very much, Roderick. What I can give remarks on the SMEs in Tanzania, the only thing they need to do is to make sure they being able to digitalize, especially in finance. Yeah, because I know most of SMEs in Tanzania, they have very big problem in getting loans. So if they're being able to digitalize, like getting the accounting system in their business, they will be able to track their finance so that bank and financial institutions can be easy to check their income statement so that they can get loans and develop their business.
Rodrigue, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mary David, for your advice. Now, thank you for your advice. Now, I would like to request Honorable Musisi to give her final remarks. And I would love to know a little bit more about the Funguo program, but I guess there is not enough time for you to share that. But I would love for you to tell us where we can find, if it's on the website, or who to contact to know more about this particular project. Over to you, Honorable Musisi, for your final remarks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I think my final word is to say that for one MSME to succeed, they need a wide range of services which need to be available in a single platform to ease their business and entrepreneurship experience, because they do not have a lot of time or money to be trying to source information from different places. So they need to access information on various service providers, be they finance, business development, markets, so that they can also make informed choices. You may find that some service providers have products that are not quite suitable for them. They also need us as enablers, be it GIZ, AUDA-NEPAD, EcoBank, and all the partners that are already in this platform, to work together to enhance their experience in a coordinated manner, and also to work particularly with the Ministry of Trade and Industry on the policy and regulatory environment. The ministry has the ability to bring on board other government institutions that are relevant to support this work. As UNDP, we look forward to this collaborative work. I think this meeting has started an idea of such a collaborative platform. And I have already posted the contact person, Emmanuel Nko, at undp.org in UNDP, who can be contacted to give more information about the Funguo program and other activities that we do to support MSMEs. But thank you very much, Fatih. It's a pleasure to meet you online, and I look forward to working with you from here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Honorable Musisi, for your closing remarks. And now I would like to hand over to Madam Fatih Hassan to officially launch the 100,000 MSMEs initiative in Tanzania and give her closing remarks. Over to you, Honorable Fatih Hassan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mseshu. Let me start by thanking all the participants and the speakers for the high quality of the remarks and the high quality as well of the discussions. It has been a real pleasure to interact with the audience. So thank you, UNDP, for your support in this whole activity, not only in Tanzania, but even beyond in other countries. Thank you very much, Mrs. Musisi, for your kind words and also for the practical information that you provided. Thank you to EcoBank. EcoBank has been with us since inception, since actually this 100,000 MSMEs was at the stage of an idea. And EcoBank has been with us since then. So thank you very much to EcoBank, and through the head of MSME banking in Tanzania, Mr. Hamisi. I would like to also commend the very good input of the Cuckoo project, and specifically Mrs. Mary David, who gave us, I think, all of us, a lot of hope on what can be achieved in a difficult context. So thank you for this vivid testimony. I think that after this brief discussion, everyone would agree that a lot of things are happening in Tanzania. Not everything is easy, but there is the will of all stakeholders, including the authorities, the development partners, the financial institutions, and moreover, the entrepreneurs themselves to really make things go forward when it comes to creating and developing enterprises in Tanzania. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to support you. I was referring to the vivid discussion. So during the Q&A, the participants forced me to, before I was ready to, they forced me to give some of the information about what is going to be next. But let me just remind that this is not the end. This is only the beginning of our supports to Tanzanian entrepreneurs. So I would urge you to keep an eye on our website, msmeacademy.nepad.org. We have your contacts, so we will also contact you through your email addresses to ask you to formally register and create your profile. And through this profile, we will continue proposing some services to you. We would like this platform to be everything for you, the go-to place for you to get access to training, to get access to financial opportunities, and also to collaborate with other entrepreneurs and companies from Africa and beyond and pursue new market opportunities. So keep in touch. Please respond to our emails or perform the actions that we would request from you in terms of creating your profile or registering to specific opportunities. This being said, I would like to officially launch the 100,000 MSMEs initiative through this event around 100,000 MSME Academy in Tanzania. Thank you very much. And I give back the floor to you, Roderick.
Thank you very much, Madam Fatih Hassan. Thank you to all our partners that enabled this launch to happen in Tanzania, UNDP, the government of Tanzania, as well as EcoBank, and the entrepreneur from Kuku Project, Ms. David. I would also thank AUDA-NEPAD for giving me the opportunity to be your moderator for today. And I would like to say goodbye, and I hope we are going to see more and more things happening for entrepreneurs in Tanzania through this platform. So I'll meet you there for all the entrepreneurs. Thank you and goodbye.